Garrett had the awesome mic'd up moment because they caught him on Myles Garrett's mic. He beats the tackle with an inside move, and I say it all the time. It's like you don't want to give up a lookout block where you're just turning back and screaming, "Look out!" And you had one of those moments where Myles Garrett goes on the inside move. He's like, "Run, Jordan, run!"
That's such a good soundbite. It's such a good soundbite. Oh man, I mean, I thought the Packers were a lot better than this. I thought they were establishing the run more. Josh Jacobs.
About some real things, some real games that we can get into.
Football is real to me. Thank you very much.
It's still real to me. Damn it. Oh, you're sitting at 11-1. I'm sitting at 10-2. I've had back-to-back 3-1 weeks. My strategy of going with overs and unders hasn't necessarily been the greatest. I'll let you start last week, so I'll go through mine real quickly. We actually didn't overlap this week, so that's good. But and we're not picking the same.
You tried to get me with throwback logos with Commanders. I saw what you did there. You tried to get me canceled. I saw what you did. Didn't let it happen. Saw it.
I appreciate it. No, it's the Commanders, Falcons. I have Washington with what they were able to do running game wise, and Marcus Mariota. That's a guy that's in a situation. It's similar to like a Daniel Jones where Atlanta wanted him to do too much, not using him in the right way. You've got to give this guy a running game. And Washington, even without Eckler, put together a running game last week. Their offensive line is finagled. It's moved around. But what I saw out of them and what I saw out of Atlanta gives me a lot of confidence in that one. I think the Commanders will beat Atlanta. I don't think that we see Kirk Cousins. I think Penix will finish the entire game, but I don't think that he does enough to get the win. Jacksonville, that one, I don't even recognize that logo. What is that throwback logo going up against Jacksonville?
Oh, my God. Who did it? Oh, that's the 49ers.
Oh, there we go. So, yeah, I think because I saw earlier Pearsall and another guy on the 49ers offense
Jennings is questionable.
They're
still out, too.
They were not practicing. So, I know that Jacksonville is who the Jaguars are, but I think early on this season, they have a chance to get that one.
You don't like the Mac Jones revenge game? I mean, he didn't play it down in Jacksonville behind.
Yeah,
he was the backup.
I've seen Jacksonville do this to enough good teams that I'm trying to put myself in a situation where I can continue to get good picks and talk about some different teams. I think that Trevor Lawrence they're still learning themselves under that new coaching staff, so it's a worry. But I do think you're also hoping that Jacksonville's offense looks better than what they have been, because if Brian Thomas goes off, then you don't have to worry about anything.
He's been horrible this year.
He's been your bad spot.
When I traded for him, I was like, I got a steal, and then he's been horrible through 3 games. So
he's had alligator arms ever since that Cincinnati game. So I'm hoping that he reasserts himself.
He may not even be the number one receiver anymore over there. It might be I think Travis. They have another guy I can't remember.
No, I have no idea. I've watched him play one game. That's all.
Strange, Brandon Strange, who's like the number one pass catcher over there.
Love me some Strange. Love me some Strange. I got the Packers bouncing back. They win against one of the best defenses in the league last week. They're going up now against probably the absolute worst defense in the Cowboys. So I think that they'll have a good bounce back game. I'm hoping that the Packers defense shuts down Pickens for our fantasy matchup. And then my over under, I think that the Panthers and Patriots.
That's an ugly football game taking over.
But it's a low number. It is a low number.
Hey,
and
we can start saying it. The Patriots may have been one of the most disappointing teams to start the season. They have not looked good either. They've lost the Raiders. They've lost some bad opponents, and they've maybe gone through the easiest part of their schedule thus far. It's going to get worse. So
I still see the Panthers as a really easy game until they put enough weeks together in a row. Like last week was great. Yeah. Last week was great. But let's do it 2 or 3 times, maybe get a winning streak going, because this team still under Bryce Young has not had a winning streak. It's like 1 every 8. So I'm hoping that we see a lot of points in that one. I think that there will be a lot of points. So real quickly, I have Commanders over the Falcons, Jaguars over the 49ers, Packers over the Cowboys, and the over 42.5 total of the Panthers and Patriots games for my week. What do you got?
I mean, the only ones that I am not in love with is the over and Jacksonville. I think San Francisco could figure it out against Jacksonville on your side. I picked 4 different games entirely. One of these I think I'm less confident in the rest, but Buffalo and New Orleans, I'm tempted to just give me the points because this is Josh Allen won't play the second half. I think. I mean, what Seattle did in New Orleans last week, New Orleans is going to wish that they just threw a towel and stopped playing football this season with how bad this beatdown is going to be. So give me Buffalo, New Orleans. I'm going back-to-back weeks going against the Brownies. I don't think Flacco could do it 2 in a row, especially against Detroit, who looked as good as they did on Monday night. And Cleveland is nowhere even close to the football team that Baltimore is. So give me the Lions over the Brownies. Next one, this is the one I feel least confident in. I went Bears over Raiders. Raiders have Geno Smith has struggled to start the season. Brock Bowers has not got anything going. Their running game is non-existent. Gentry has had spurts, but he has not had a consistent running game to help him. Their defense isn't very good either. And the Bears, after a big win last week where they gained a lot of confidence against a bad defense, I think, in the Cowboys, I think they can put two together and maybe get another one here against the now Vegas, but it says Oakland Raiders on the screen. Final one. The Texans need to get this win. I have the Texans over the Titans. This is a must win for the Houston Texans. They're 0-3. They're playing the worst team on paper in the division going into this week. They have to beat Tennessee. They have to figure this out if they want to even sniff the playoffs because Indianapolis is running away with this division. And frankly, Jacksonville has looked a lot better too. And their offense in Houston has gone stagnant. Very stagnant. They have to be able to put it on a rookie quarterback in Cam Ward if they want to get this season back on track.
It's a battle of the basement, which is not what we were expecting. I know that we all thought Tennessee was going to be down there, but Houston was at least looked at as the second best team in this division. Jacksonville's 2-1.
Best. Yeah, if not the best too. I think you and I preseason predicted them as the best.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what we would get. I definitely didn't think that we would get what we're getting out of the Colts. I just thought they would be the best by what's left over, and that's proving not to be the case. I do still think that their defense is their strength because C.J. Stroud is so inconsistent, but Will Campbell and that defense can get after you and is so physical. And I know that these Titans receivers are going to drop, 5, 6? What's the over-under? What's Calvin Ridley betting on for drops on himself? Because we know that's got to be what it is, right? He's pissed off that he had to sit out a year, so now he's betting on all of his unders.
This Texas, like I said, the Texas defense is their stalwart. Their offense, and CJ Stroud is horrible, and this is maybe teams having 2 years of film on him and really struggling there. Like I said, the Texans had to figure this out quickly. And like I said, I think Stroud's a good enough quarterback to figure it out quickly. I think he's the best quarterback from that class still, and he's going to end up being a good quarterback in the future. I just think this is a downside for them that they need to start figuring out quickly.
The other one that I want to talk about quickly, because it raised the question in my mind, I'm still sticking with him, but the Lions going up against this Browns defense with Jahmyr Gibbs as a fantasy owner of Gibbs and Montgomery, I'll put him in there too because both those guys scored 20 points plus with the way that they ran the ball against Baltimore. Cleveland's run defense has been very, very good, but if you don't have anybody close to what he's able to be even projected at, like he's projected at over 20 points almost every single week, I have Kenny Gainwell as my backup. I am not starting a Steelers running back over Jahmyr Gibbs, even if he's going up against the number one run defense like he is.
Yeah, don't do that. That'd be one of the dumbest moves you'd ever make. Is all I'll say. Don't even consider that.
You already win way too much, Nico. I don't need to give you easy wins.
I'll get a few calls from our boys being like, Jimmy's colluding. If you do that, I'm dead serious. They'd be like, he's giving you a win.
If nobody already didn't call you about that trade that went through.
Oh, I got a few text messages.
No, I know it was one of them. It was one of them. It was definitely collusion. Somebody
got a couple.
Both shit. Jesus.
Don't worry, I got a couple.
Damn it. I was so mad when that happened. Quickly run through your list one more time so people can ride with you.
Bills over the Saints, Lions over the Browns, Bears over the Raiders, and Texans over Titans. Excuse me.
We'll see if our Pickem streak continues. Nico's sitting at 11-1 through 3 weeks of the season.
That's pretty damn good.
This is really good for both. I didn't expect to be 10-2. I didn't think that I'd be sitting here. Let's wrap things up. Talk about the best and the worst of the week. I'll start with my best because even though it's the best, it is